Hi everybody, it's the interview queen Alicia Atute here, and I'm hopping on your screens to say subscribe now to Warriors of Wrestling. They have tons of awesome content, awesome matches, awesome wrestlers on their channel. So again, subscribe, like, comment on the videos, and of course hit that notification bell. Interview queen out.
I find that as lazy training. What I want to know is a little about you. So, and you know you better than me. So I would like, most of my seminars are question, answer from my perspective. And I'll give you my insight on what has worked for me in my career. So if you have a question like, what is ring psychology? I will try to break it down best I can. Or how do I improve upon this? I'll try to break it down that way. I don't like throwing bumps away when we don't need to. We all have a bump card. And the older you get, you realize that bump card gets shorter and shorter and shorter. So let's not waste them when there's no one here paying for them. I got about 3 bumps left, and Vince's gonna pay a lot of money for them. Okay? So, with that being said, you notice I'll tell jokes too. Many of you guys have been around me in the past. I like keeping the mood light. Okay, so let's just have fun. I would like interaction. Go hands up, ask the question. If there's something that affects you, be like, hey, me too. I would like to know that too. And once again, I'll give you my perspective on what has worked for me. I've made a couple dollars in my career, so I think I have a good understanding. My wife took half of it, but hey. Well, I tell a lot of ex-wife jokes too. Sorry that I've been to anybody. So, shoot it out. Who's got a question? Who's got something they want to ask, discuss? I know that when I was at your age, wherever you were in wrestling, I had a million questions, but I was too scared to ask. So I will tell you, there's no dumb question. There is one dumb question. When you're driving home tonight, you go, fuck, I should have asked that question. That's the dumb question. You should have asked it when you were here. Okay? So it doesn't matter what it is. You can ask if I love redheads, I'll tell you yes.
How important do you feel character is in terms of the work we do in the ring? How much it should take over?
So the question is, how important is character? In today's wrestling, it's just as important as you're bumping and running the ropes. If wrestle drew money, then amateur wrestling would be the #1 thing on TV, and it's not. Drama is, and that's where your character comes from. And it's the combination of your character with your wrestling and connecting with the crowd is what elevates you up the roster. So don't be fixated on how your character is unless you've already got it. If you don't have one, allow time to grow. But when you have a character, and this is what I'm going to be, spend as much time working on your character as you do in here, learning your fundamentals and reviewing your fundamentals. Because out there in the ring in front of people or on TV, it is not the moves people care about. It's the shit you do in between the moves. And that's your character time. That's when you connect. You know, I'll give you an example. A guy like Shelton Benjamin. Remember before, he never really quite connected with everybody, but he was a great athlete. He could jump out of the gym and he could wrestle his ass off. But he never had that character to connect. Now he's in the hurt business years later, and now he's a different guy. He's become somebody. He identifies with what he is. That's his character growing. So now you as a fan, you go, fuck, I like that guy, or I don't like that guy. But it's based on that character he's created. Make sense?
Yes, absolutely.
Make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm long-winded. Oh, and one thing, if the word fuck bothers you, go fuck yourself. Because I will say fuck about 4,000 times. Okay? Just putting it out there. Edit that. Alright, who's next?
Who would you say was like your biggest inspiration and then starting that you would like model things after?
Like, growing up, and I'll say this, and we're not a lot of men of color on TV, and me watching wrestling. So when I got to see guys like Ron Simmons, you know, when I got to see minorities like Manny Fernandez, and not just like minorities that were in positions of just getting their ass beat, or characters of himself, like, you know, God rest his soul, Junkyard Dog. When I got to see someone, I was like, man, he's like me, and he's kicking ass, and he's actually being good. He's not getting beat up. So guys like Ron Simmons were guys that patterned my career after. And then I like the hardworking guys like Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard. I was never the Ric Flair, glitz and glamour, Hulk Hogan, over the top character guy. I was that guy who was the workhorse of every team. Those are the guys. I didn't even know what I was attracted to. I liked what they were doing. And later on, when I got into the business, I realized those are the working guys. Those are the bump guys. Well, the working guys and the bump guys will always have a job. Because you're the working and bump guy for a reason, because they can trust you. The promoter can trust you. The other talent in the ring can trust you. You'll have a job forever if people call you the working and bump guy. So those are the guys that I was always drawn to. So, but if there's one guy, it's always Ron Simmons, who I can literally call him up right now and go, hey Dad, he'd go, damn. I gotta actually call him up later on because Florida's State got their ass whooped today. So he's not gonna be too happy about that. Who's next? What up, dog?
When it comes to like building a match for a storyline in a short period of time, how would you go about like doing it? Or how would you get better in?
So storyline is short period of time, like in the concept of a match, or over several weeks?
Both.
Okay, so if it's a storyline in the match, I need to know what the storyline is and what the message I need to convey. If it's, you know, whatever it is, you need to look at a match in terms of what is the story I'm trying to tell. That's my finish. You need to work backwards and plot points along the way to get to the story I'm trying to tell. So don't just look at a match and go, all right, let's lock up and go from there. Find out where you're going first. It's like programming a GPS. You know you program your GPS? You put in your destination, and then a map is drawn. Same thing like a wrestling match. Put your destination in first, and then the two of you, or four of you, whoever's in the match, sit there and think of moments you can create to build to the ultimate story you're trying to tell at the end of the match. So at the end of the match, the 1, 2, 3, your story should be as clear as to read as the New York Times. But to me, that's always the focal point, like the way I always broke it down, is I started at Z and built backwards to A. And it's a lot easier to figure out where you're, you know, after you know where you're going, it's a lot easier to figure out how to get there. Just imagine getting in your car and start driving, you go, where are you going? I don't know, but I know when I get there. How hard is that? But if you know you're at the end you're going to end up at a Wawa, well, fuck, it's easy. I'm going there. I'm going to LaGuardia. Let's go. So, and to me, angle-wise, over a longer period of time, the same thing. Know where you want the angle to be at the end. How do you want this to ultimately end? And build backwards. And build pivotal points in the story where it keeps the crowd and the audience guessing as to how the ultimate outcome is going to be. That make sense? Think of this shit like a movie, bro. When they write Star Wars, they knew Luke was gonna kill the motherfucker. Okay? And then they wrote 10 years backwards. And along the way, people were like, oh, I love this. I love this. And there's ups and downs throughout every story that links back to each one, but ultimately ends up at your destination where you knew you were going when you wrote this thing in the beginning. Same thing for a match, same thing for an angle. Know where you want to end and work backwards. And make the roller coaster along the way. That's how you get people on the edge of the seat. I wish I figured that about my first match. Never got it. Never mind. Sorry, ladies.
It's all good.
I won't talk about it anymore. Okay, who's next?
If somebody were to be given an opportunity to go to TV for, let's say, a tryout match or any type of opportunity,
Yeah.
what are the things that you would be looking for specifically across the board for anyone that would put them above the pack compared to anyone else?
First of all, I want to see if you arrive on time. I want to see if you arrive dressed presentable. I want to see if you're attentive in the locker room. When you're given an assignment, I can see you working on it. I want to see you being interactive with, let's say if it's you and I have you with Eddie Edwards and I need you to put Eddie over in 4 minutes. I want to see you involved in putting the match together. So it's like Eddie knows what he's going to do, but Mr. Edwards, I've got a couple ideas I think will highlight you in this match. You know, and it'll also give me an opportunity to show you what I can do. I want you to be a good going person in the locker room. See how I'm naming things before you even got anywhere near the ring? I want to see how you interact with the other members of the locker room. I just want to see if you're loud, obnoxious, or quiet, or understanding, or whatever. Because all this stuff is being judged whether you know it or not. And then finally it comes down to, let's see what you can do in the ring. Because at the level where you're trying to get to, your ring work should be the least thing we're looking at. I'm looking at potentially new productive member of my locker room who's going to come in and blame with our family. So these are a lot of the things that I look at. I'm going to ask the boys, hey, what'd you think of this dude? He came in, worked Eddie, what'd you think? Eddie, what'd you think? How was he to put the match together? You can go out there and kill it. You can go out there and have the best 8-minute match in the world. But if I hear you were an ass all day in the locker room, you know? So I'm looking for all the things that you don't think you should be worried about. Dress for the job you want. Be prepared. Have yourself as best fitly prepared you can be. And then when you're given an opportunity to go to the ring, go out there and kill it. Be humble, keep your eyes and ears open and your mouth shut. It sounds like, you know, we're telling you to not be you, not be you, not be you. But think about going into any new job. When you first apply for it and you get that job, you're that quiet person who's sitting there trying to get the lay of the land, right? Now you do your job and okay, you're doing well at it. And then all of a sudden Susie in QB comes down and says, hey, how you doing? You want to have lunch? Now you're talking, now you're interacting. But you don't just walk in and go, I'm a bad mother. This is my office. It's the same thing. So I'm looking for those 1,000 things before you even get in the ring. And then you're judged on all of it as a whole. Remember, when you're given an opportunity, you have one chance to make one first impression. One. And you can ruin it. You can be great. And if you ruin that one chance, 5 years from now I'll go, oh, that's that asshole. And you can be 1,000 times better by then. You're still that asshole. So that's a very good question, what to look for and what to, just think of the things you wouldn't normally, this, when you try to get that level, is the last worry you need to have. Because if you're trying out there, you should be all good in here. It's everything from the time you get out of your car to the time you get back to your car that night you have to worry about. Make sense? And if anything I ever say doesn't make sense, just go, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Alright? Thank you, dog. What's next? Come on.
We're picking back on something.
Okay.
Now, saying that you bring the guys in, whatever, but what's going to bring you to that point that you don't want to make them pull in?
That's your work. That's me looking at film or someone repping you who knows you and seeing you be like, hey, bro, you need to give the bro a shot, give him a look. And then that's literally, all right, let me look up real quick. YouTube is an amazing thing these days. Okay, when I first broke in, I had to go get two VCRs. Y'all don't know what those things are. I had to get 2 VCRs and hook them in the back and play and record at the same time. Stop. Okay, next tape. Okay, you do that about 50 times, then you go get a letter, you write out a letter, stuff it in an envelope, spend $3 a piece on shipping, and you mail it out to every office you could in the country, hoping to get looked at. Now, when you ain't got no money, $200 is a lot. So that's what I had to do back in the day. Now you guys are lucky. You can send me an email, but it's cost you nothing. with a bunch of links that cost you nothing, and I can go, oh damn, there he is. So that's what gets you looked at initially is, and I've actually had where people have sent me links to their work, and I end up looking at the person they were working and went, damn, who sent me this link? Oh, well, he didn't lost out. Who's this? So that's what gets you initially looked at. And then once your work is, okay, I can see the work is, now we bring, if we're going to bring you in, now we evaluate the rest of the pie. And that's when the puzzle's all put together. But yes, it is your work that initially gets you looked at. Don't make no mistake about that. But when you get down there for the tryout, it's everything else that you wrap around your work. I already know what you can do in the ring. I've seen you do what you can do. By the time you get there, I've done seen you. I have to do my homework too. Because I can't bring you in unless I go to those above me and go, yeah, I think these things good enough to bring in. How do you know? I've watched about an hour of his work. I'm repping him on what I've seen. Okay. That's how that works. And then everything else starts on when you get out of your car. So don't come in shorts and flip-flops. I've had a kid do that. Yeah. So we'll go back to the hotel and get responsible clothing. And then I said, when you get responsible clothing, get your car and go home. Yeah, I'm mad. I'm evil sometimes. Look, we're all here because, and I say that, we're all here because we have a passion for this, right? This is the only thing I've known for 25 years, is this. It's the only, the people here ain't that damn old. It's all I've known for 25 years. This is my love. This is my passion. Between you and me, the only place in the world I feel safe is right there. Only place in the world I feel safe. I'll go sit right there right now and not a damn thing about it. That's my happy place. So don't fuck with my business. Don't fuck with my love. Don't disrespect it. And if you're here, I expect you to have that same passion. Because you're the ones in here right now bumping and grinding right now trying to learn this. In a gym, during COVID, bumping your ass off, hurting your back and hurting your body. Why? Because you want to do this. Nobody wants to do this if they don't love it. And if they do, it's easy to figure out. It's really easy to figure out. You can see it a mile away. You ain't got to say anything. You look at them and go, yeah, okay. But those who love it, it's a look in their eye. When you walk into that building and the building's empty, and you hear the quiet before the chaos. You go stand in that ring in an empty building. You can hear the people in your head, and you're like, okay, it's gonna be fun tonight. If you can't hear that, then I can't. I got nothing for you. I got nothing for you. But this is my love spot right here. This is my happy place. Nothing can hurt me in here. I'm that Superman. Now, except for these ropes, I'm a whole different person. But in there, this is no joke. I go up on side stories. Now, that's one good thing my ex-wife did. She convinced me not to do this. I literally wanted to make my bedroom bed like a ring. So I wanted to feel comfortable when I slept. She talked me out of it. But I wanted a big old bed with 4 posts on it. Now, I'd probably been doing frog splash stuff at the end of the thing. But yeah, she talked me out of it. But there was a thought like, oh, I'm comfortable. Why not sleeping? But yeah, so don't disrespect what we do. And you guys should hold those accountable too. If they come in here, don't let them disrespect what you're fighting for. You're all fighting for a chance and opportunity. And it takes one some bitch to ruin it for everybody. And that's the one guy who probably doesn't, or one girl who doesn't really care about it. They're doing it because I saw Alyssa Bliss, or I saw Braun Strowman. I teach, and I do this for the people who've been doing this and loving this since they were 9 years old like me. Who have sacrificed everything they had for an opportunity. Who are willing to drive 500 miles for a hot dog, a Diet Coke, and hopefully it's less pizza. But I'm gonna get a match. If I get a match, a chance to learn. If I get a match, a chance to learn, and a chance to show somebody what I can do. That's me. I hope you're all like that, because this takes a lot to be in this business. This is not the easiest business to be in. Lord, it's not. But you navigate through it, you take it seriously, and you put the work in, there's not a greater business on the planet. Think about it. One day, you're all going to get paid to play a kid's game that we should do with our brother and sister for free. Who's better than that? Right? Who's better than that? I've seen this world 19 times and someone else died and they paid me to go. Come on. What kind of life is that? An awesome one. So let that passion for what you have show. Have it. And don't let those some bitches who don't have it ruin you or your locker room or your space. That shit bothers me. Okay, I'm off my tangent. Who's got another question?
What would your recommendation be for those that need to build their confidence in the ring? Like they have the ambition, they have the drive for it, but the confidence is lacking.
Confidence is a hard thing, and it only comes from more time in here. Confidence comes from your fundamentals being so sound you no longer worry about it. And then you move on to the next thing. And your confidence comes from that. Because if you're good at what you do here, the rest just builds and builds inside of you. And that's how your confidence comes. And I get it, look. Being in front of people is one of the most nerve-wracking things a human can go through. None of us like talking in public. None of us like being all eyes on me in the center stage or everything, right? Oh, I do. I'm an attention slut. But when you're first starting this, you've got to use that fear and lack of confidence as fuel to get past that barrier. And you'd be surprised, once you get past that barrier, you look back and you go, really, that's all I was worried about? And then you'll just go, boom. I call it the wrestling fog, okay? Think of my hand here. Think of this big fog. And this fog is like, I'm making a mistake, or I'm not running the ropes right, or something's wrong. Or I can't quite do something. There's this big fog here. And all of a sudden that fog goes away, and you're like, oh, it's my hand. And you go, I was really worried about that. It's so easy now. Now, 6 months from now, you're doing something you couldn't do, but now you're doing it boom, 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 boom. You'll think to yourself, I was worried about that. Well, if I can take care of that, then I take care of the next thing. And that's how your confidence grows. Because now it's easier and easier to conquer different demons, different hills. Just when it comes to confidence, you gotta believe in you more than anyone else. And you really can't care what other people think. Case in point, you're here now. There's somebody in your life who told you, don't go do that wrestling stuff, it's stupid. You didn't care then, don't care now. Believe in you. You believe in you more than anyone on this planet. And the more you believe in you, that's contagious. Others will start believing you too. Because confidence is something you show, you exude it. Like I walk around, I struck to the airport, still to this day. I'm a confident SOB. It didn't start off that way. Okay? You believe in you. I believe in you. The more you believe in you, I'll believe in you, he'll believe in you, he'll believe in you, she'll believe in you. It starts with you. That's some deep shit there. Okay? What's up? Shoot.
What advice would you give on getting better
Promos are one of the hardest things to do because, once again, fear of public speaking. Other than the fundamental breakdowns of what you say, like who, where, why, and how in a promo, the biggest thing of a promo is you need to believe the words that are coming out of your mouth. They need to literally be your words no matter what it is. And if you don't believe it, it's going to come off as disingenuous. So don't say stuff you wouldn't normally say in real life. Don't do fake wrestler voice. And speak from what your heart is, your character's heart. When I cut a promo, it's not me, it's D'Lo Brown talking. That's an over-the-top son of a bitch. That's him, and in his mind, he believes everything that comes out of his mouth. You got to have that passion and conviction for what you're saying, and believe it to be true. I mean, Ron Simmons. When I asked Ron Simmons, the very same. A lot of my stories come from Ron. He literally is my wrestling dad. Ron literally told me, "Believe the bullshit falling out of your mouth. Do that. That's a promo. Believe in what you're saying. Even if you know it's not true, it doesn't matter. Your character believes it's true." That's the biggest promo advice I can give you. Just believe the words coming out of your mouth. The rest of it's all the same tentpole stuff. Tell me who you're working, when you're working, why you're working, and for what. Don't try to be too cute. If you're a funny person, try to be funny. If you're not a funny person, don't try to be funny because then you just embarrass yourself. If you're quick-witted, let it out. There's also the don'ts. Don't call somebody old, fat, or past their prime, because if they beat you, you lost to an old, fat, past his prime guy. If you beat him, all you did was beat an old, fat, past his prime guy. So don't take the cheap way out. I will tell you, anytime I knew I was going to lose, that was the greatest wrestler in the world standing on the other side of the aisle. Because when I lost to the greatest wrestler in the world. When I was going over, he was even greater because then I beat somebody. You're allowed to cut on your opponent when the time's right. For the most part, even as a heel, messing with them. Still some, subtle little things, how you're putting them over, how good they are, how skilled they are. But I'm just better. You're a great wrestler, you're a great talent. I've watched you beat people over and over and over again. I watch you beat guys I struggle with, but you know what? I'm gonna kick your ass. I just put them over, but then I just shut them down. Promos. Make sense? It's a lot of stuff there to dissect. I guess the fundamental thing is believe the words coming out of your mouth. Also too, spend time looking in the mirror cutting promos. Talk to yourself. I spent so many times driving down a highway. Now mind you, this is before Bluetooths and all that. So I'm literally yelling at my rearview mirror cutting promos. I thought people driving next to me probably thought I was crazy. Here I'm driving. I'll tell you something, dirty white mama. But spend time talking to yourself in the mirror. Learn your emotions in your face. Learn what you look like: angry, sad, mad, happy. Because that conveys out here to these people. Never cut a promo where you're going, "Yeah, you kicked my dog, burned down my house, and this Sunday in Austin, Texas, when I get you, I'm gonna get you." Don't be deadpan. Have emotion. People can't feel what you're selling unless they can see the pain or the happiness or the anguish on your face. That's a big thing. A lot of things people are missing. Watch promos on Raw. You're looking at guys just recite things. There's nothing here because they're trying to remember the lines. Rewind back 10 years or 15 years to Attitude when guys just talk. And you saw Steve Austin contort his face when he was angry, or raise his voice when he was upset, or mess with you when he was trying to be funny. You look at a guy like The Rock who made you laugh when he needed to, but then he'd get hard and stern on you. But you saw the emotion every time on their face. So you could live. Remember, it's just TV. You're on the other side of the TV, so all you can see is this. So everything they're thinking has to translate to here. That's also a baseline of promos, is your emotional aspect of it. Okay? So spend time cutting promos in the mirror. It may sound stupid, but it works. Most of the great promo guys cut about 1.5 million promos looking at themselves going, "You some bitch!" Okay?
something people are always getting wrong about ring psychology?
Working too fast. Everyone wants to work at 1,000,000 miles an hour. And when the crowd's silent, they want to go faster. Wrestling is to the people who are sitting on the floor. Let me go back with 1 second. What is a movie you like a lot? What is a movie that you like a lot? Rocky. Great movie, right? A lot of intrigue, drama, hopes, dreams, heartfelt moments. Imagine watching that and fast forward. You lose the nuance of the movie. There's no connection. I don't know the story. They see people moving around like this. When you're inside this wrestling ring, to the people sitting out here, they're watching nothing more than a movie. It's playing out in front of them. So you have to let them have that time. You have to slow down to let them see and feel the story. You have to play the movie at regular speed, which feels really slow for you, but that's just right. The human brain is crazy. When I see something, I have to see it, interpret it, react. That can take a second. If you're moving on to the next, there's a big bump, boom, yay, and you pick them right to go something else, well, I can't. What happened? I lost it. That's when you get people who just, the crowds just go, When you see a match that's at a real good pace, that's when you hear the crowd going, whoa, whoa, yeah, oh. And when the finish is laid out nice and slow and deliberate, that's when you get that building and building. We've all seen it, right? We've all seen those matches where we're like, yes, yes, and you're reacting, you're jumping, and you have time to go, did you see that? You see it? Oh my God. That's because they were doing it at a nice slow enough pace for you to comprehend what was going on, react, and anticipate the next thing. But if you're going too fast, and like I said, this is probably the biggest mistake is people will go fast and they'll do this big bump and the people won't react. So their thought is, let's give them another big bump real quick. When that's the opposite of what you should do. If you want them to react, let them see what's going on. Let them feel what's going on. This goes back to character, not the moves. It's the shit in between the moves. So if you give me something and then give me character, it allows me now to follow your story. Slow down. The biggest mistake I see is people going too fast. And then compounding that by trying to go faster. Because you're panicking. You're like, what do we do? They're not in the back. We thought they were going to pop for this. And they didn't. Shit, what are we going to do? Let's go bigger. You can go out there and do 9,000 things. I'll walk out and shake my head and get a reaction. What would you like to do? 1,000 bumps or shake your damn head? Slow down. Biggest mistake, going too fast. You all understand that?
Yes.
That makes sense?
Yes.
You've all seen it too, right? We've all seen it. We've all probably all guilty of doing it. I'm guilty, and anything I say here, I'm not coming from holier than thou. I made these exact same mistakes. So I'm not coming from a position of, well, I've never done that. No, I've done it 1,000 times and got scolded every time I did it. It took me a little time to figure it out. So we've all seen it, we've all done it. Now look, when you go out there next time, make it a point of working a little slower. Make it a point of taking an extra beat in between your spots or in between moves. Interact with the crowd that's not here in anticipation of when they do get here. Okay? But slow down. Then that's when character starts coming out. Because now you realize the moments when that character can be exposed. And that's when you become larger than life. And that's when you connect. That's when it becomes one-on-one, and they're in your brain, and they're right there, and you're like, I can play this piano and make any beautiful music I can right now. That's a special moment. When you know everything you do, it's like, I think Shane Douglas said to me last night, he goes, Gene Simmons said he knew he had it down right. When he felt like he could stand on stage, and wave his hand and go, kill, and knew the crowd would go do it. Because that's when he connected with them. It's the same thing in here. Slow down, Bring them into your world. Let them see and breathe and feel your character. And then work the shit out of them. That's wrestling. That's the essence of what I believe wrestling to be. And when you connect on somebody on that level where they're right here with you, that's the person who'll drive 500 miles and bring their best friend and bring their best friend's best friend to come see you wrestle. And then when they go home, they'll tell 10 more friends. So when you come to their town, now there's 20 people there because that person went 500 miles to go see you wrestle. That's cool shit. I've seen it. A big $1 or two. Okay, who's next?
Steve and I have been tagging for several years. What advice would you give tag team wrestlers trying to make it to the next level?
Tags are hard because you guys have to be extremely good together, almost like twin brothers, where it's so seamless it feels like one guy in there. And if you're not, it's hard to sell that tag unit because, for example, I'll just give you dollars and cents of wrestling match. If I book you and I say, I'll give you $50 and I'll give you $50, that's $100 a match. When you're a tag and you're on the border, let's see, $50, $50, $50, $50. That's $200. Or I can have one match for $100, or I can have two matches for $200. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when it comes to tags, you have to be so good together that people go, damn it, they're in each other's heads. They know each other. And you've got to be such a good little core unit where a promoter goes, I can't ask us two to come separately. I need both of them together. Because they build up each other, they feed off each other, they are one person. And that's how a tag team is looked upon, in my opinion. And once again, I'll preface by in my opinion. But, tags inherently are expensive because you're now doubling your costs. So you have to make it worthwhile to double the promoter's costs. So that's what I said, if you think your stuff is on point, work harder. If you think you got it down, go deeper into the lab. Because you've got to make it yourself so valuable as a team, no one will ever ask to separate you. They only want you guys together. Make sense? Work harder. You guys have a difficult road to hoe. If you look at it, most tag teams, you never see a tag team come up through the independents and make their all way to the top, unless it's like the Revival, okay, or the Bucks. But you're talking 2 teams out of how many? Normally, when you get to a higher level, they take 2 guys from singles and put them together because they're already there. So you've got to make a bigger first impression than a singles guy would, because now I've got to justify the cost of bringing you both in. Unfortunate underbelly of wrestling is dollars and cents. Make sense now? Holla at me, what you got? A good babyface is someone who connects to the crowd and the people can believe that they can be him or her. And there are bad babyfaces. Like, I think someone who begs for the crowd's adulation, bad babyface. But a good babyface is one that interacts with people. Dusty Rhodes is a great example of a good babyface. Dusty never went, come on, people! But he would bump on the cell, and he would reach for the rope. But reach for the rope, he's actually reaching for you. Because that's what you as a fan are seeing. Dusty's reaching for me. He needs my help. See how I just made you connect? With Dusty, who's not even here. That's a good babyface. A good babyface knows how to sell. A good babyface knows how to sell and sell away from their opponent, so it makes the heel stalk them down. A good babyface knows when to keep their fire, to keep themselves alive, but not too strong as to look like I'm making a comeback, but just enough to let you know I still got this heart going. That's a good babyface. Is it making sense to y'all? A good babyface will know when it's time. blow that comeback and give every bit of energy he has, every bit of life and every bit of charisma, and fire the people up. Because I need you to live for me and me to live for you. Without you, there's no me. And a good babyface knows how to bump that damn heel when the time is right. That's a good babyface. A bad babyface doesn't do any of that. Bad babyface just goes, all right, people, let's go New York. That's a bad babyface. We've all seen them too, right? We've all seen them. Come on, cheer for me, I'll kiss your babies. A good babyface has that passion, that fire, that desire. A good babyface makes you want to jump out of the floor into the ring to help him. We've all been around, we've all seen matches with that guy. You see a good babyface, you know it. You see a bad babyface, you go, you do your heel, bro. You still got it. Those are the things, some of the criteria I believe makes up a good babyface. Those things I like when I go out there, try to, not when I go out there, when I used to go out there, when I try to portray. Work on those things. Some of those things are just have to be natural, and it's timing, it's rhythm. Some things you can control. Sell. Always sell with your face up and look at somebody. If you see a girl in the crowd and you see she's into you and she's crying or she's like, oh my God, start crawling towards her. Almost like you're asking for help. Because if she'll get up and start yelling and screaming, that guy will yell and scream and that guy will yell and scream, and guess what? People on the other side of the ring, they're going, oh, what? Yeah! And now you got the whole arena doing it. Find someone you connect with as babyface on the floor. Guy, girl, doesn't really matter. Find someone that's really into you. We know who they are when we go out. We all look for the person who likes us or hates us the most. We all do it. Play to them. Make them be your conductor of your orchestra of the crowd. That's a deep level. Think what I just said. Make them the conductor. Now you conduct the conductor. Feel me? That's how you get a crowd to react. That's how you connect.
How about the opposite side of that question?
As a heel? As a heel, I want to be somebody you want to fucking kill. Okay? I want to come in the ring and act like I don't, no fucks are given. When I'm on top, I am vicious, I'm attacking, I'm talking shit to everyone out there, and I don't care. And when that babyface tries to get up, I'm going to chop his ass back down. And when he tries to get up, chop his ass down again. And if I got to cheat, I'll poke him in the damn eye and I don't care, and don't you tell me about it because I'll tell you to shut up. I don't know if you can tell how I changed it. I like being a heel. As a heel, you got to be aggressive. You got to be in control. You got to take it to that babyface, and you got to have a personal disagreement with everybody in this crowd. Also, as a heel, when it's time to bump and feed, you better put your bumping shoes on and go, 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 go. Because if that babyface is going to sell for me for 10 minutes, I owe it to him to give him 3 minutes of me bumping and feeding as much as I can. And those would be the best 3 minutes I ever had in my life because I owe it to him because he let me get there. As a heel, vicious. Own the ring, stand tall. Play to every corner. Take that babyface all the way around. Blame the people in the crowd for why you're kicking his ass. Because that's what more it's. I'm doing this because of you. You see this? This is your fault. No, it's not. No, it's not. Boom. Yes, it is. This is her fault. So now I primed it as babyface. I would come back to her again. Yeah, and now she's at. That's the whole role psychology. But as a heel, be aggressive, be vicious, be. There are really no rules being a heel other than just be a dick. Literally. Babyface is a whole list of things you can and can't do. As a heel, go have fun. Get in their face. Don't yell at them for no reason, and don't take cheap advice saying, shut up, fat boy. Be a little more educated. Get it. insult them on a visceral level where you make them so mad, they also want to storm the ring and get in there and help babyface. And then you have to learn how to play off your babyface. Give him time to sell. Don't jump on him, beat on him, and go beat on him again. That's moving too fast. Again, it goes back to the same things. Give him time to sell because now he needs time to reach to the crowd. He needs time to crawl around and sell. And it's like playing. You ever see a cat play with a mouse? Have we seen a cat play with a mouse? The cat will pounce on him and they'll beat him up. Then the cat will sit back and watch. The mouse will play dead. The cat will go. And when the mouse runs, the cat will jump on him again and do it all over again. That's a heel with a baby face. Literally a heel with a baby face. And it comes so bad, you feel sorry for the mouse. You're like, get away, little mouse. Get away. Heel baby face. So the heel, that's your job, is to be that cat playing with the mouse. At the same time, messing with the people. While you're giving me time to sell, that's a heel's way of interacting with you. Okay? And as I look and I see the babyface starting to get up, get your ass down. And I'm back here. Your job as a heel is to be so evil, so mean, that they would cheer for Hitler if he was in the middle of the ring. That's my job, is to make someone cheer for Hitler. That's how bad I want to be as a heel. It doesn't matter who's down there, they're just not me. That makes sense? Opa! That's my job as a heel. It doesn't matter who's down here. They're better than me because they're not me. So I'm going to love them more. Now, if I do my job as a heel, and he does his job as a babyface, that's when the comeback happens, and that's when the crowd starts going crazy and wild. And guess what? You're both winning at that point. Make sense? I like being a heel that way. Can you tell? Who's next? Yeah, see, that's what I like, your hands.
Develop the right moveset that works for you. Like, even though you're small, you can
Movesets are weird. Find things that work for you and your friends you can do to most people. But wrestling's not all about movesets, okay? And I can tell you one conversation that has never happened in any office, any bookings office, any Vince's office, Scott Demore's office. One conversation I know has never happened. Hey Scott, should we hire this guy because of his moveset? That's never happened. Find moves that work for you, but you evolve. I don't need these 5 moves to do them, and that's all I'm gonna do for the next 10 years. Find things that work for you that you can pull off. If you've got 7 things you can do that look amazing, use 3 of them in a match. Make sure they look amazing. That's your moveset. It's just find the things you can do that look good every time you do it. Moveset. Now just find the best way to place them in. And always do moves escalating up. Don't start with your biggest move and then work down. That's backwards. But find things you can do. Literally find 5 moves you can do consistently every time. People go, Dad, you killed him. There's the base of your moveset. Okay? So it's a little difficult, but you know, once again, no one gets hired because of their moveset. People think they can get hired that way.
So nowadays, there's a lot of agile labor. They should be getting their ability, or should it just be?
I think, and I have a certain affection for big men. I don't know why. I think you have the ability to use both. I don't think you should limit yourself to, I'm a big man, so, I'm big, so I'm big. I think when you're a big man who's athletic, There's nothing wrong with picking your spots at the right moment to do something in show bursts of athleticism. Just don't go out there and flip around like a cruiserweight from the beginning of a match. Pick your spots. Pick that one thing that shows you're uber athletic and safe for the right moments. Use your size. You're given a gift you can't teach. I can't teach big. Nobody can. If you've got that, use it to your advantage. If you're athletic, use it when it's most appropriate and most shocking, you'll get the biggest result. If I lock up, if I'm 6'3", if I lock up and I shoot off this tackle, drop down, and I hit a Frankenstein in the first move set of the match, they're gonna go, wow, that was impressive. If I don't do that till the comeback, and all they're doing is punching and kicking and running the ropes and maybe a clothesline, all of a sudden out of nowhere, bam, Frankenstein and Rey Mysterio, 1, 2, 3. How the fuck did that big guy do that? You see what I'm saying? So, I think you can have a combination of both. I think, look, in the age of when athletes are getting better and better and better, it's 2020. Athletes are 10,000 times better than they were just 10 years ago. In all sports. Okay? You can have a combination of both. You don't have to be a big guy. You can be an athletic big guy when it's convenient. Make sense? Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes I talk myself around circles. What's up, dog?
We talked about faces and heels, but what advice to somebody looking to be a tweener?
Don't be a tweener.
Why is that?
Because there's been one person in history of wrestling who's made money being a tweener. Steve Austin. One guy. There have been 10,000 wrestlers on TV just in the last 2 years. One guy in history of wrestling made money being a tweener. What is the oldest story known to man? Good versus evil. It is not good versus evil versus this dude. Feel me? There are no tweeners in wrestling. And I hate to say about Eddie was either a heel or a comedy face. He was never a tweener. He told you, I'm a good guy who does bad things. He was a babyface who did bad things. He wasn't a tweener. He told you, I'll lie, cheat, and steal, but love me anyway. Okay, I accept you as a good guy. I know you're going to lie, cheat, and steal, but I still love you. He wasn't a tweener. He was a babyface who told you he was going to cheat. There's a difference. Tweeners don't make money. One guy did. One guy did. Tweeners don't make money. I want you to boo or cheer, not go, huh? And that's my personal opinion. If there's any other example of a tweener that's made money, please tell me. Okay. I was about to say, bro, shoot it out, because I thought you had an answer. I can't hear your basketball.
It has to be a good guy versus a bad guy, but what if you're in a situation where you're known as a good guy and you're in a match with another good guy and vice versa? How do you play off of which one gets booed?
You have a baby match or a heel match. And I don't like those matches because you force the people to choose which evil do I like less. And to me, or which babyface do I like more? And to me, that's lose-lose. Now, back in the day when you would have two babyfaces going at it, it would be called a scientific match. So you'd build an entire match where no one cheated. You would just have a hard back and forth match, and then someone would win on a quick little fall. It wasn't a finish. It was something quick, like one babyface jumped the turnbuckle, hit his head, slip back, 1, 2, 3, schoolboy. And then you get up, shake hands, and it was over. A heel, both you guys cheat the hell out of each other, just trying to out-cheat each other, and it gets too confusing. A good promoter will not promote baby or heel unless he's trying to turn one the other. He's trying to do a turn in the match. That's a whole different psychology. But a good promoter will not put two baby faces out there and go at it, 20 minutes, talk to you later. Bye. Okay?
One, I think Big Show and Kane was the other tweeners.
Who?
Big Show and Kane were the other tweeners. And
Wait. Let's address these one on one. Why would you say Big Show would be a tweener? I mean, I'm just asking. No.
As long as my lifespan, I've seen him turn faces.
Yeah, Big Show's a flip-flopper, not a tweener. They flip-flop him based on what they need him to do, which has totally messed his character up because no one knows what he is from week to week, making him a tweener. If Big Show were 6 foot tall, he probably wouldn't be employed anymore. But because he's 7'9", boom. So he's not a tweener, he's a flip-flopper. They put him in different positions. Kane was either a stone cold killer who burned his whole family. Am I wrong?
He did.
Or he was local Xbox partner and he only liked Xbox because, I don't know, he wanted a friend to play with. So he was either a psychopathic killer or he was Xbox friend. Either way, he was clearly defined on one side or the other. At no point did Kane just walk down the middle. Just like Undertaker. Undertaker's either, I'm going to bury you alive, or dead man walking. It's one way or the other. Steve Austin played down the middle where it didn't matter who he attacked. It didn't matter if he attacked Rock, or Triple H, or Vince, or, you know, Taka Michinoku. People are going to talk for Steve Austin. That's our in-betweener. Am I clear on that? Like,
Yes.
okay, so let's, and I'm not trying, no disrespect, okay.
And my question was, how do you feel about wins and losses in the sport? Because some people really care about getting a win, and there's others. Me personally, I feel more accomplished in the ring rather than win or lose. So I was so proud,
You know what I care about winning? My thoughts on winning losses is my accountant going to be happy on Monday. If he's going to be happy on Monday, that's a fucking win. Wins or losses in here, I have gotten over more in a match by losing than I have by winning. I've got, there's going over and there's getting over. And I know I'm going to put somebody over, I'm going to get my ass over in the match. And when I'm done, you're not going to remember that I lost. You're just going to go, that dealer, that whoa! To me, in all honesty, ready? It's the bullshit business. It's a kid's game. If someone gets stuck up on wins and losses, that says more about them than it does about this business. You're only winning because someone tells you to win. You're only losing because someone tells you to lose. It's not a referendum on who you are as a person, or how good your skill is or not, how good you are or not good. It is what is needed at that moment. And I've had losses that have led to 100 wins. And I've had wins that have led to 100 losses. The only thing that matters is if the story I'm involved in, if they're going to bring more people here next month, next week, next hour. Or in the fact of TV, if my 15-minute segment grows by every minute. That's the only thing that matters in wrestling. Wins and losses mean absolutely nothing because my paycheck never changed. Well, dealer, you're going to do the job today. I getting paid on Monday? Yeah. Let's go. And then if I'm going to lose, it's going to take somebody on their best day with their best move to beat me. Because it took someone on their best day with their best move to beat me. If I'm going over, I'm going to do the same thing to them. I'm going to use my best move on my best day to beat them to show them the same respect. Like, I hate the schoolboy finish. I hate guys saying, I'm hitting my finish. No, just use the schoolboy on me. So, me dropping you on your head is less effective than one arm holding you down. Okay. All right, buddy. I'd rather get dropped on my head so people go, ooh, that knocked him out. Not, ooh, he's off balance and got hooked by the tights. So to me, wins and losses, they mean, that's the ass end of what I think about when I'm putting together a match or a story or a storyline. And then to me, wins and losses are sprinkled into the storyline just for drama purposes. I care more about how I work, how I look, how I interact with people, how I connect with the locker room, how I connect with how my talent merges with their talent. And oh yeah, I gotta win tonight, great. I gotta lose tonight. You have plenty of guys and girls who go out there and they're 1,000 times better than the person in the ring with, and they put them over. But they're putting them over to build something more. They're putting them over. Look, what if the promoter you're with wants to get sympathy on you as babyface? Now he has you lose 10 times in a row. Those 10 losses mean nothing, but the sympathy you get from losing every time, almost winning, almost winning, almost winning, to finally you do get that win, people are going to react even more when you finally get that win, because you program them that you're getting better, better, and better. So in those 10 losses, you actually got your ass more over than if you had won 10 straight matches. That make sense? So, last time I'll say this, care very little about wins and losses. That's an ego pride thing, and that's an ego pride thing in a fake business. I care about my accountant. When he calls me every week asking how I did.
Yeah. If you were to put a percentage on how much you should focus on getting yourself over and your opponent over, what would that be?
Equal, 50-50. We're in this as a dance. Our job going into this match is both of us leave in a better position than when we walked into this ring. When I say get myself over, I'm not getting myself over, I'm also trying to get you over. Your job is to get yourself over and is also trying to get me over. So we're working together. It is never a me thing out there. It's a we, it's an us. Because it's us versus these people. It's us working them, not working each other. I'll give you an example. The Monday Night Wars. Let's say it's me and X-Pac going in the ring, okay? X-Pac and I weren't working each other. We were working whoever was on Nitro. Because we wanted to have a better segment than they did. So he and I are working together to put a better 15 minutes together than whoever is over on the other channel in our same 15-minute block. We're working together. That's why it's called working. We're working together to get each other over. I'm actually trying to get you over more than myself, but I'm going to get myself over. And in the process, you're going to get over because you're trying to do the same thing. So it's 50-50 out there. Even in a job match where my job is to squash you, I'm still going to get you over because I need to beat somebody when I do. So it's a 50-50 give and take. It's a dance. Think of it as a waltz. One leads, one follows. Then you switch. The other leads, the other follows.
As a character with a gimmick, where do you feel the line is drawn to? Being a character that has a gimmick and then it's dropped once the story's happening in the match, and then on the opposite of that, be too overt gimmick, where you're just all gimmick.
Find different levels of your character, your gimmick, and learn where to place them. So you're very much character when you walk to the ring. You're still character as you're engaging in the ring. When the match gets heated, you're a much lower level character, but it's still there. The gimmick is there, but still it's underlined. Find the place to put it. Never completely, never be the Undertaker and then come out here and wrestle like a cruiserweight. Undertaker is a great example because he's all gimmick. He's been all gimmick from day one. Watch him. He'll come out dead man walking, but then in the match he's wrestling. But then he'll do little nuances of snapping his head at somebody or the long exaggerated choke. So he's still in character. Okay, and then say he finally gets bumped down, he's kind of out of gimmick, that's when he does the sit-up. You're like, he's still in character, but he's been wrestling. And then it's 1, 2, 3, gong, and he's back to being the dead guy again. You know what I'm saying? So find different levels of your character gimmick and spread it through the match where it's appropriate. You don't ever want to be in the middle of a 15-minute match and the two of you beating the hell out of each other and all of a sudden you go, gong. And you go back to that. That just doesn't make sense. Find different levels of your character and use it appropriately. You got it?
If you're, in your opinion, is there anything that's overselling, be it face or heel?
There's nothing wrong with selling. What is wrong is goofy selling, where it looks like you're like a cartoon. But selling is me showing every bit of pain that's running through my body. Now there's a difference between or ooh, my arm's on fire. That's goofy selling. You see what I'm saying? Selling is the key that connects us to them. Because they can't feel shit. They can only see how we register it. So they can only imply how it feels. So without selling, this is just Shakespeare up here. You can sell. Be there, sell. Show how much pain's going through your body. Just don't do it in a goofy way. When you go goofy, then they go, oh, you're trying to be funny out there. And now the whole, you're in pain is gone. There's a difference. You see what I'm saying? And I gave you a little example of what I did right here. I've seen guys who can sell their ass off, Ricky Morton. And then I'll see guys who look like they're on fire laying on a mat and you're like, this is wrong. This is just rotten. Feel me?
So I consider, if you're doing this professionally on TV, and being able to do this for a living, I consider that being the highest level that you can achieve about, doing this. In your opinion, from those what you see people doing this at the highest level on a full-time basis, what's something that you see that bothers you a lot, whereas maybe that's not right, or something that you wish people would change? You see it all the time.
I see a lack of fundamentals everywhere. The stuff you guys are working on right now, bumping, learning the ropes, the little things. How you take a bump and how you feed back up, turning the wrong way. Once I see it on live TV right now, and it bothers me. So I mean, the one thing you need to do is you have passion for this, invest in yourself, and then pay attention to these ridiculous little drills we're doing right now, because those are your fundamentals. And when you're tired, and when you're 20 minutes in, and your body is exhausted, it'll revert back to the one thing it knows, and that's the fundamentals you practice here in an empty gym in the middle of November with nobody watching. And that's what there's kids on TV right now who didn't do that. And it bothers me when someone bumps and turns this way to get up. That bothers the piss out of me. It's a fundamental problem. Because when you bump, you feed this way. It sets everything else up. So I see lack of fundamentals at the highest form. I've seen lack of fundamentals in WrestleMania matches. That's what bothers me. So once again, these things that you do here right now, that you think, what's this gonna do? Why am I doing this? Why do I have to get up and turn this way 1,000 times? Why do I have to use this foot? Why do I have to put this foot here? Whether you know it or not, everything you're learning has a purpose. And your body will just do it when it's tired without you thinking about it. And that's where your fundamentals come in. So, I'm putting over the head HMOF over there. Listen to your fundamentals, and don't try to skip past them. Just because you get good at them, don't mean you don't have to stop doing them. When you get good at them, it means you need to do them harder twice as much now, so you don't forget them. Because it gets easy, because it's so easy, I forget them and I'll just know how to do it, and that's when you fall backwards. Once you get good at something, work twice as hard. Okay? Fundamentals. Right. Anyway, go ahead. Right. Piss me off, man. Still haven't clicked for that. Look, this business is, you're constantly learning. It's not when did it click for me, it's when did I feel comfortable doing it. That came after time. I got lucky when I first started working. I went to Smoky Mountains. I was working 4 nights a week. There's nothing like working 4 nights a week in front of a crowd. Then I went to Puerto Rico. I was working 5 nights a week. There's nothing like working 4 or 5 nights a week in front of a crowd. And that prepared me for the time when I went to WWF. because now we're working 5 nights a week all across the country. But it's just ring time, ring time, ring time, ring time, ring time. And when you think you have enough, more ring time. That's the only way it's going to make it click. It's the only way you're going to feel comfortable. It goes back to believing in yourself. It's ring time, ring time, ring time, ring time. And the more of it you get, the more times you get to go out into the world, obviously non-COVID world, the more you get to go out into the world and experience different areas, different parts. Shit's different from here in New York and down in Delaware, over in Philly, or up in Boston. So the more you get to experience different ways of doing things, that all becomes part of you, and then you get more comfortable, and that's when it starts to quote-unquote click. You know what I'm saying? If I were to give you a number of matches, it probably took me 300 matches before I felt, all right, I think I can do something with this. Where I wasn't going like, maybe I made the wrong choice. Because we all have those doubts, guys. We all have those, I'll put it out there. We all have the doubt where we go, am I doing the right thing? Am I going to be good at this? Am I wasting my time? I had those same doubts. Well, I still have the same doubts. But it's when you start feeling more and more comfortable out there, that's when those doubts start to go away and you go, all right, yeah, I can do this. And that's when that healthy ego starts going. And it's good to have that healthy ego, because that's when you're believing in yourself. When you're confident enough where you feel a little pep in your step, that's good. That's good. Now it's when you take it over top, you get the big heads, that's bad. But that healthy ego is when you get that little pep in your step, you're like, all right, I'm good. Now it's like, I'm willing to be more relaxed out there. I'm willing to expand my character because I feel comfortable here with this. Let's experiment with other things. See how it all goes back to the same thing, always? It always goes back to the same thing. So, yeah, give you a number about 300 matches, but in that time, I had to wrestle in 3 different places, and, you know.
Piggyback off that question. How hard was it with the travel and everything? How hard was it to find time?
It is, okay, guys, and this is, okay. And that's a very good question, because no one really looks at that. Everyone only sees the 20 minutes you're on Raw, or the 10 minutes you're on Impact, or the 15 minutes you're on AEW. When this world was open, no one realized that, you know, Friday night I'm in Poughkeepsie. Saturday night I'm in Boston. Sunday night I might be in Cleveland for a Monday night to be in Chicago. There's 300 or 400 miles in between each show. You gotta get to a routine, and it's got and you can't be out boozing or partying up every night, and you've got to be invested in what you're doing. If this is your job, you wake up, you go find a gym, you go eat right, you get in the car and you drive, or you drive the night before, and it's my routine. This is what I want to do. I'm willing to sacrifice my free time and my comfort to get to where I want to be. And even when you get there, remember what I told you about when you're good at something, now you have to work twice as hard? Getting to WWE or Impact is the easy part. Staying there is the hard part. Because every year there's a crop of 10,000 people, just like you all across the country, looking for that same job. So getting there is half the battle. Staying there is when you put the routine in, and it is, all right, I can either drive the 200 miles, get into town, so I can get a good night's sleep, get up and go to the gym, or the bar's open till 1 o'clock in the morning, I can chill here, drive into town tomorrow, get there right when the building opens up. Who's going to be around longer? It's about a sacrifice right now. If you sacrifice this much time to learn this, don't sacrifice it when you're almost there. Or when you get there, don't sacrifice all this work and make it mean nothing. You work harder when you get the job you want. Because you know why? I'm working for a bigger spot in that job. I may be working for another job I want. You know when you party, you got 2 days at home. Relax, hang out. I made it a point. I didn't train, like when I was in WWE, I didn't train on my 2 days home. That was my That was my kick my heels up, let my heels down, kick my heels up. That was my kick my heels off, let my hair down. That was my 48 hours. But then when my weekend was over, it was back to the grind. It was back to work. Because that's my job. It's no different than if you work at the post office. No different than you work at IBM. That's your job, 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, that's your job. You're gonna do everything you can to climb up the corporate chain. So you put the time, you put the effort in. You pass up the party when you're a rookie, because there'll be a lot of time for party later on down the line. You'll have more money to do it. So put the effort in, you make the time, you make the schedule, and you stick to it religiously. Yes, it's hard. I'm not gonna, yes, it's hard. Yes, you're gonna miss out on a lot of stuff. But I'm missing out on a party so I can go entertain 10,000. I'm the life of the party. I'd rather have that. I'd rather have that for 25 years as opposed to 2 or 5 years. So you can find the time. You got it. You stick to a schedule. I always drove at night. I would do the show and I'd get in the car and drive. You can never be late to town when you're already in it. You can never be late if you're already there. So I would drive that night. I'd drive however long it was. Get in there, get in 5 o'clock in the morning. Okay, I gotta be at the building at 7, sleep till noon. Let's start. Let's go get something to eat. Let's go to the gym. Let's go take care of what I gotta take care of. Let's go to the building. Let's go to work. Let's go do it again. And that was my grind. That was my grind. And you know, when I first started, look, I'm not the most felt of guys. When I first started in the WWE, I was a chubby little guy. Then I got on Ron Simmons. He forced me to work the fuck out. And I'm standing next to Rocky, who's built like a Greek god. And I got Mark Henry, who's the strongest thing I've ever seen on the planet. Lord. Quick side story. Mark Henry's so strong. He wouldn't sign autographs for people. They say, Mark, come here, autograph. You go, So you know what rebar is, right? That's something put in concrete. They lay it down. He would have about 10 of those in his bag. They're about an inch thick. Right? He would get out and go, here you go. Wow. And that was his signature. And he would bend it into a bow tie. And that was his autograph. That's how strong Mark Henry is. Like, there are things in the wild that aren't as strong as Mark Henry. I'll give you one more Mark Henry story. I love this. I got a good story. So we're at Gold Gym in Venice Beach, okay? That's the famous beach you've all seen. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Lou Ferrigno, the Mr. Olympia's workout. It's right next to the beach. So when you walk in, to the right is the normal gym for the normal people. You walk in, look to the left, that's those pro bodybuilders. Those freaks over there. Like, over here they've got 40-pound dumbbells. Over there they got 200-pound dumbbells, okay? So we walk in, we just got off the plane. We're going to get a quick workout in. Mind you, Mark is in jeans and sneakers. And he walks in, I hear, I ain't never done that before. Mark, where you got the what? Mark's going that way, the bodybuilder side. The locker room is right there. They haven't changed. So I go over to Mark. Mark walks up and there's these 4 bodybuilders. And they're over there, they're squatting like 6 plates, you know, like it's like 400 pounds, 450 pounds. They're squatting and repping out. Here, you mind if I try that? All of them give him a side eye, look at Mark. Mark doesn't, in all honesty, Mark doesn't look strong. He just is. So they all give him the side eye. Okay. And they step back. And they're looking. Mark gets under the bar. And I'm like, and racks it. And he ripped out 10 of them just doing military questions. And you see these bodybuilders go. And then weight belts start coming off. They're like, we're done. And Mark goes, huh, I can do that. And walks away. I left the gym. I got nothing to do. I can't work out. Mark, call me when you're done, doctor. I'm good. That's how strong Mark Henry is. The strongest they ever seen in my life. And Silverback gorillas ain't as strong as Mark Henry. Tarzan ain't got shit on him. All right, question. Are we getting late yet? How are we doing on time? We good? Am I boring you guys yet? All right.
I have a question. When you were talking about earlier, like 4 or 5 nights a week, you gotta be up on the road just before all these people and have a booking ready, have a schedule ready, everything go.
That's it. Yeah, you mean we're choosing a lifestyle. Okay, we're making the choice to travel like gypsies and travel from town to town to town to go entertain. We're making that choice. So you can't half-ass that choice. You're either pregnant or you're not. So meaning you're either all in or you're not. You can't be halfway and be like, well, I want to travel now, but I don't. I want to train. If you want to succeed at this, guys who make it to the NFL, you think they're taking many nights off? They're at the top 1% of what they do for a reason. Guys who make it Major League Baseball, guys who make it the NBA, they're the top 1%. They've been working at this since they were 8 years old. But they put that effort in to be where they are, and thus there's the reward against the rainbow of that big LeBron James contract. We have to do the same thing, but we don't have a long start like they do, and our money is not as deep it is as theirs are. But I still want my piece of the pie. So I'm still going to go work for it. And I'm making a choice that I'm going to sacrifice a little comfort, sacrifice a little time, and put in a little effort. And be that rigid so I can A, look the part, B, be the part, C, be reliable, and D, be the best I can be in order to get that John Cena contract. And then there's gonna be time on the other end. Look, I don't wrestle anymore. I party a lot now. I just got the money to do it. Do you see? Put your time in. You can't do this forever. So it's either let's party now and maybe make something, or let's put the effort in, put the time in, give yourself 10 years of hard-ass work, see where you end up. You may end up with a few $1 million in the bank. You don't know. But you don't know if you don't try. I like to party now. I'll be partying a little bit after the show. As soon as I leave the door, I'll be partying.
Think, obviously, over time, the body wears down, broken down, bumps and everything else. Do you really believe that there is an age criteria when people start wrestling, or no?
I don't think there's per se a month we can start. Your body does break down over time. Trust me, it's a bump card. It just gets harder for you to manage those bumps the older you get. And look, it doesn't matter how old you are, you can still have, you may not make $1 million, but you still go out and have fun. You can still be part of something you love. It doesn't matter. Age is mind over matter. As long as you don't mind, I don't matter. Did I say that right? But you know what I'm saying? Like, if you feel good enough at whatever age, go out and have fun doing it. Understand what you can and can't do, and if your goal is to make it to the top end, then try. Don't tell anybody you can't do it. Try it. I'll never tell somebody, well, I'm 40, I want to start wrestling. Bro, hey, you should have started 10 years ago, but hey, fuck it, you're here now. Let's go. Boogeyman was 45 when he signed with WWF. Now, he didn't look at them, he's a freak. Batista was 35 years old when he started working OVW. So, I'm not going to tell anyone they're too old for their passion. I'm just going to say, the older you are, the harder it is to deal with these bumps. Like I said, I got about 3 left in me, and they're gonna pay for them. Because I'm not going to give them away for free right now because it takes a little extra time to get up after these bumps now. When you're a kid, you can bounce and spring up and fly around. It takes 10 minutes to get out of bed in the morning. Why do you think I party so much? I don't have to worry about it. So, but I don't care how old you are. Just, if this is your passion and love, I don't care. You're here with me. That's cool. We're all experiencing the same passion together. And if you're 20, 30, or 50 and you want to try it, I'd be an ass to tell you not to. Have fun. It's a kids game, remember? We're not just a kids game, we used to do this for free. We used to do it we beat each other up in the living room or the bedroom. We hide from mom or dad and beat our sister up. Now you can do it in front of people and have fun. That's cool. Age doesn't matter.
What do you think are the best type of workouts for replicating this? Like, what would you recommend to somebody, like a general fitness person, maybe somebody that's not like super athletic but wants to like get
To me, the workouts that always work, because I train for strength, because I was around different people. So I train for strength, and then I train to try to get lean. Guys or girls who are too lean break down. I think you got that meat on your bones because you're hitting this mat over and over and over again. You need that layer of protection. And when you're, come on, it looks great. When you're 5% body fat, you're shredded. Great body, you're a bodybuilder. Hit the mat a few times. Those are guys who have back problems. So I think have a little size when you have that athletic look. Not everybody's going to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. Not everybody's going to be, Abdul the Butcher. But as long as you have that athletic look where you walk through the airport and people go, that guy does something. I don't know what he does, but he does something. I think to me that's the best type of body to have. I was at my most comfortable when I was like 268. I was kind of dense. I could bump all day long and never a problem. When I went down to like 230, that's when I was having back problems and I'd hurt my hip. I'd have enough junk in the trunk. And when the world opens back up, it's go to shows. If one of your boys and girls are going to show in their book, take a ride with them. Take a beer with you. How many times have people said, oh, we're down a guy. One of our guys no show. My boy rode with me. He's got his gear in the car. Boom, we're on a show. Literally talk. There's a bunch of people here. If they're going out working, they don't mind you. Hey, look, bro, I know you're going to go to Pittsburgh. I got a car, I'll drive you over. I might get a shot, I don't know. If not, remember next time you're going to go to a show, come on, tag along with me. That's how it's always been, is 90% of guys get booked in this business through word of mouth or being at the right spot at the right time. That's why the rule is always have your gear in the car. Never ever go to a show and leave your gear at home. Because that's when the promoter 9,000 times out of 9,000 is going to go, hey bro, you got your gear with you? You go, no. And he'll go, hey bro, you got your gear with you? Yes. First match, go. So it's just get out there. Right now, obviously in this world of COVID, there's not much stuff running, I understand. When the world was back up again, it's try to hit up promoters by email. Guys, friends of yours who are going to get booked on shows, hey man, would you mind dropping promoter B my name and let them know I'm willing to travel and I'm willing to come out here and do a little work for them. Hey, I can come with you next time you come out here. Spread the word that way. Right now, I don't envy you guys because you're living in something that hasn't happened in 100 years in our world. I think it'll make you stronger on the other side because I tell the Impact Town all the time, we're in front of no crowds, so it's forcing you to work harder on those things that connect to the TV. It's forcing you to work harder on the fundamentals. It's forcing you to be more animated because you can't rely on a cheap pop from the crowd thinking you're doing something right. It's forcing you to work harder. it's forcing you to be better, so when the doors finally do open back up, it'll be easier to entertain them. Because you molded yourself very, polish yourself up. I would just say, just wait till the world open up and jump in with somebody. Send emails. Talk to people. Make shows again. I did a bunch of free shows when I first started. Why? Sometimes the price of an education is working for nothing. But that knowledge is invaluable. So it's a hard world to navigate right now. Hard world to navigate. Pandemic. Who's up? Come on, man. We ain't had questions yet. All right, thank you. Fuck you, bye. Oh, sorry.
I don't know if this is considered a dumb question or how is it you can learn the crowd's disbelief between reality and what they consider?
It is your job. Okay. We have not only opened the curtain, brought people in, we have taken them through the house to the kitchen and out the back door of what we do. So they know what we do is not real. In that same context, they know Tom Cruise can't fly a plane or drive a race car, but they still go watch Days of Thunder or Top Gun. What your job is to make what you do look and feel so believable that they question to themselves what they're watching, is it real or not? And that is making whatever you do look so good they can't tell. My job is to go, and I want to be that guy. When you go to a show, I always want my stuff to look so sweet, so right on, that they go, I don't remember that guy's name in the first match. Was he really mad at the dude he was wrestling? Next month they come back. That's him. That's the guy. He beat the piss out of that guy last month. Let's watch. Man, he don't like nobody. That's your job, is to suspend their disbelief. Just like Tom Cruise driving the race car. Just like someone, I don't know, the Mandalorian carrying around a Baby Yoda. We know there's no damn Baby Yoda, but I love the motherfucker. Okay? That's your job, is to make what you do look so believable that they question their own existence or their own question of reality. That comes from doing 1,000 clotheslines, doing 1,000 forearms, throwing 10,000 punches, throwing 1,000 boots. So you get it down where it has the same rhythm, same cadence, and same effect as a real punch or a kick or a boot. That's ring time. That's fundamentals. That's work. And the more effort you put into work here, when no one's watching, that translates to when they are. And that's how you suspend their disbelief. When your shit looks so real. That's the only quote that matters. You guys hear the quote? I can't make you believe wrestling's real, but I can make you believe I am. It's the only thing that matters. Because I want you to, when you leave the building today, I want you to think I'm a mean motherfucker and I beat everybody up. And when you come back next month, I'm gonna do it again, and you go, holy shit, this guy. And we've all seen that guy on the show, haven't we? Where everything he does just looks better than everybody else's. It looks more real, more crisp, more clean. And then a year later, we've seen that guy, he's on TV somewhere, isn't he? Why? Coincidence? I think not. Make sense?
How do you deal with self-doubt?
Use it as fuel. You take that self-doubt, you ball it up, use it as fuel. At some point in our lives, we've all faced adversity, right? Outside of here. We've all faced adversity, and we've either powered through it or folded away. I'm the one who believes I think you powered through it. So use that same drive, that same want to, and take the adversity here or self-doubt here, ball it up, use it as the most powerful fuel you can to push past and become better. This business is all about confidence. You You can't be good unless you believe in yourself. That comes from knowing what I'm doing here is good. I'm good at what I do, and then everyone here trusts me to be in the ring with them. That's confidence. You take that self-doubt, you throw it away, you turn to the fuel, you just push forward. You have to. I have no time for self-doubt. I can't. Now, the rest of my real life, I got a lot of self-doubt. In the ring, none. In here, none. I believe in what I do when I'm in here. I know what I'm doing in here. I don't know shit else in the world. I know what I'm doing in here. And that comes off every time I step in the ring. Every time in front of a camera. It doesn't matter. But we all have self-doubt. Power through it and use it to your advantage, not your disadvantage. And don't let it break you. That's all here. Self-doubt is your mind trying to defeat you. Remember, at the end of the day, you control your mind. Your mind doesn't control you. Eat shit. Damn! I'm on a roll today. Man, call me Butter because I'm on a roll. Come on, man. Come on, you gotta pop for that.
So, I know we hear a lot of stories about certain people trying to, take a spot or get somebody else. How would you go about dealing with, politics and people just being a little hostile, even when it's unwarranted? How would you go about that?
There's politics in wrestling. You deal with that? Go deliver in the ring. You go deliver in the ring, I don't care what you say about me in the locker room, I don't care what you say to the promoter about me in the locker room. The promoter look at me in the ring and go, I gotta keep him out there because he's fucking good. You can go play your game. Go. Work speaks. So I don't care how you're whispering in the back, I'm screaming as loud as I can out here. When I'm drawing asses and putting them in the seats, there's not a game you can play in the back that can defeat this. So play your game, engage, I don't care. When I get out here, I'm gonna show the world what I can do. And this is where you speak, out here. This is the game you play. And you play this game at a whole different level. And guess what? Sooner or later, these political games go away quickly. Don't engage in the locker room, don't even get caught up in that. That's high school bullshit. Control the one thing you can. One thing you can control is how you work out here. That's it. You don't think I've had political games played against me? And all I did was go out here and deliver on live TV in front of 18 million. The kid who wasn't supposed to be there. Keep going, keep delivering, keep delivering. Eventually games stop. Then they look like the fool. Because now it's, well, are you saying this because he's better than you? I won, I didn't say anything. Let them play the games. Just go be good. Okay? Okay, TV ready gear is shit you walk out and people go, ooh, that looks good. That's TV ready gear. I don't know if people wear, but you want to look like a wrestler. Your character is a wrestler, you need nice tights, you need to look the part, you have the good body, the good build, or an athletic build. If your character wears, I don't know, shorts, make it clean all the time. Don't have some raggedy up old shit, TV ready gear is something you would not be embarrassed to walk down the street. You know what I'm saying? Something you would be able to walk in the mall and be like, I'm a peacock. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty. I'm a pretty motherfucker. That's TV ready gear. It's got you to look like, right. And you see a guy who comes in here, and, even on this level, you see a guy who invests in his gear and gets in, you go, that's some TV ready shit right there. Look, you either look at it, you go, see ready, you look at it, you go, that ain't ready for nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's practice gear. You can see TV ready gear a mile away. Make that shit proud, your mom will be happy to see you. And go, that's my boy, he look good. That's TV ready gear. And always keep gear looking tight and clean, bro. Because perception becomes reality. Shit got holes in it, or your knee pads are drooping, or you know. And they're like, well, he don't care about himself, so why should I care about him? Biggest investment you'll make right now, other than wrestling school, is your gear. That's the biggest investment other than wrestling school. What you'll make is your gear. Look the part. Go out there and look the part. Look like a pro. Act like a pro. People perceive you as a pro. Okay?
What would you say is a mentality that you adopted towards the beginning of your career that over the years of traveling and performing all over the place has changed that you feel for the better?
When I first started, I thought I knew everything. Then I realized I didn't know shit. And then I sat there and tried to learn from those who are around me. And when you're fortunate enough to be in a locker room with guys who have done this for as many years as almost you've been alive, you sit and you learn, you listen, you ask questions. Because they've been your age, you've never been theirs. So they've been at the same spot in the business where you are currently. You're where they're where you want to go to. Pick their brain, take their advice. Listen when they give it to you. If you don't like it, still listen. Their job is not to tell you what you want to hear, it's what you need to hear. So that's the one thing. I thought I knew everything when I first started because I was good, I was athletic, and it came real easy. I was good. And I still don't know shit down. I just know a little bit more than when I started. So that's what I thought was for the better, is my ability to learn and listen. And I got better from listening to Ron Simmons talk to Papa Shango, the Godfather. I still call Papa. In real life, I'll call him, hey Papa, what's going on? So I learned more listening to them break down their match, sitting in the back of the car, or me driving. Because that's what you do when you're young, you drive the car for the events. Listening to them break their match down, and then go, hey guys, do you mind if I ask you a question? And if they say yeah, then you go, when you were doing this, and you called it this way, but then when you were in the ring, you did it this way. How did you make that decision? Where did that come from? Like, was it a feel of the crowd? Did you just, what? Tell me. And then whatever they say, you need to take that in and etch it in stone like it's 10 freaking commandments. Because they're giving you lessons you can't get anywhere else. That's the one thing I do for the better. And then I try to tell all you young bucks now, listen to these old heads. We gotta know something. A little bit. Not a party. just listen to the older heads. They kind of been where you are before. Once or twice. 3 times something.
He's got like tips or advice or strategies for like eating right on the road and making sure you feed yourself enough on the road. Besides just don't eat like shit.
I would always work with high protein. It was high protein, low carb when I was on the road, and then it was heavy carb when I was home to keep the weight off. So I would eat real lean and clean for my 4 or 5 days on the road, come home and give my body the fuel of the carb, because you're gonna get a little puffy. So that's when I would give myself fuel and then live off that for the week with high protein, low carb, high protein, low carb. And that's how I went from 400 pounds down to 230. Now I'm coming back up to 400. No. But I'm 50 years old, man. So that's what I do.
Would you like say that it's harder for people of color in this business getting up further?
It's proven to be more difficult for minorities to get in wrestling. You're dealing with stereotypes. You're dealing with old boys clubs. You're dealing with a bunch of things. The one thing you can do, and it doesn't matter color, is go back to what I was saying earlier, control the thing you can in here. Because if you're good in here, promoter eventually is not going to see you as a black guy. They're going to see you as a guy who can make green. And when you're a guy who can make green, it don't matter if you got 15 legs and 7 eyes. If you can draw money for them, they're going to put you out there. And that's the only way to talk. It's the only way to handle something is to go out there and control things you can. Same thing that goes for anybody. It goes for someone who's not the perfectly built person or, you know, whatever. If you're too short or you're too skinny. You go out here and you work, none of that matters. And promoters start seeing green. Promoters start seeing green, that's all good for you. Doesn't matter who you are. You know, watch Kobe Kingston. Relative same size, right? But I'm saying right now you're relatively the same size. Watch what he's done for the better part of 15 years now. What he's done is being an undersized guy who went out there and worked. And whenever he's given the opportunity, he went out there and killed. It didn't matter if he was in the ring with Triple H, or John Cena, it didn't matter. He went out there and looked like he belonged. That's this speaking. Okay, and if you get bigger, bro, go on and get bigger. But work what you work with right now. Try to pattern what you see and replicate what is successful.
When you work at, like, on this level, do you think it should matter, or it should affect how far you go? Say for like promotion and stuff.
I never got into like promotional boundaries, stuff like that. I just wanted to get out and work. So I don't think it should matter where you come from unless you're doing that, you know, the deathmatch stuff. That'll never get anybody hired at deathmatch stuff. And if y'all plan on doing it, no. Deathmatch stuff will never get you hired anywhere. I made myself clear on that one. That's the only thing I think will hold someone up is that deathmatch stuff. Other than that, try different companies, explore out there. And remember, although the Northeast is the center of the wrestling universe, there are still companies in the Mid-Atlantic or down in the South or out West. You know, between here in Chicago and down to you know, Alabama, there's probably 1 million wrestling companies. There's one in every little county in the South, literally. On a Saturday night in Tennessee, you might have 1,000 wrestling shows going. No joke. You'll drive through a town, oh, there's a wrestling show. We must up the road. The damn wrestling show. So, when the world comes back to life and it wakes back up, go out and explore. Sometimes look, it's not easy. And it's a financial burden, and it's hard. How do I drive my ass down to you know, South Carolina, and I got my job on Monday I gotta be back to. I just gotta drive 12 hours to get home from my work. But at least I was down there. Sometimes it's hard. And sometimes you got to make a hard choice. I'll never tell anybody what choice to make. I just knew I was working at Price Waterhouse and I gave it up to go to Tennessee. That was my hard choice. I gave him $100,000 a year to live out of the back of a Honda Prelude. Now the gamble paid off for me, but there's probably 10,000 stories where that gamble didn't pay off. So I'll never tell anybody what choice to make, but it's nice to have that option to make that choice. Just saying. The Honda Prelude was small, bro. Small, I was big, small. Hard to like that. See, like this. Me in the back of my car, one out, don't break in my windows. You never know. More likely people will tell you when you're ready. You won't realize it. Other people will tell you, bro, you need to start going out. You're good. You're too good to be here. You're holding yourself back here. Your peers are your biggest critics, and they're the ones that you need to rely on right now. They see you every day in the ring. Every time you're here training, they see you. They know what you are, even before you do. Hell, sometimes most gimmicks come from training and what your peers say about you. Bro, you move like this. You ever think about this kind of character? So you'll hear from them long before you think you're ready. And if you think you're ready and no one's told you yet, you ain't ready. Okay, that's a double-edged sword. They'll be honest with you. They have to be. We get nothing from working each other, particularly at this level. We gotta all believe each other. You're from the same class. 20 years from now, you'll probably only be like 3 or 4 of you still doing this. But the bond between you 3 or 4 will be relations. I still got 2 guys I can call right now who are in my wrestling class. They didn't make it, and I still talk to them. So they'll tell you when you're ready. Trust me. Don't get the big heads and go, yeah, I'm ready. Fuck them. They don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, they can see it. Ray Charles can see it. He blind and dead. It took a second for some of y'all to get there. I heard the neck giggles over here like, oh shit. He didn't just say that. It was like a wave. I heard the giggles and then wait, there it was. We've got something else.
Someone who reads, I guess, all those emails of someone trying to make what type, like lengths of videos, like matches or promos and things like that, do you look for? What's too long or short?
Short and to the point. Email should be hi Mr. Brown, my name is. I'm inquiring about employment at Impact Wrestling. Here's my resume. Attach a link. Here's a quick 6-minute match. Attach a link. Here's some 8x10s. Attach a link. I don't have time to read, a Webster's dictionary of an email. Literally, I'll take it. If I were to pull up if I had my computer right here right now, I probably have 1,000 emails that I've gotten over the 24 hours I've been in New York so far. You know how long it takes to read 1,000 emails? And if one is freaking War and Peace, and they're reading out there, I'm like, delete. Short and to the point. Who you are, what you're looking for. Here's where I started. Here's my resume. Here's some matches. Here's my look. I appreciate your consideration. And if they don't get back to you right away, big mistake here. If they don't get back to you right away, don't keep emailing. A, I either haven't got your email to read it. B, I read it and there's not a position available. C, I just don't care. But if you keep emailing back, you know what you become? That evil stalker. And if I see it, or if I respond back to you like, okay, I'm sorry, I appreciate your, there's no opportunity at Impact right now. A week later, I knew you told me 2 weeks ago there wasn't an opportunity. Is there a new opportunity now? It's been 2 weeks. Send your email. Wait. If you don't get a response, wait about a month, send a reminder. Once you get a response and they say, I'll get back to you, that's the last time you email because that means I'll get back to you. Don't become the evil stalker. You become the evil stalker, next time I see your name, delete. Guess whose chance is going out the window? Yeah.
Like, say you send and you just sort of obviously do the show and everything, and all like that and everything away again.
Yeah, that's you said something to me and it's been a little time. Yeah, you're saying, hey, hey, Mr. Brown, I know the world's been shut down. I just did a couple shows and I've done some about it. Here's a quick little match I just did. Just want to give you another opportunity to see you. I appreciate it, and when you get back to me, get back to me. There's nothing wrong with that. It's when you become that stalker. I got a guy right now. It's no joke. He's emailed me 5 times in the last 20 days. and it's the exact same email over and over again. At this point, I don't answer him just because I want to see how many more times he's going to email. But there's not much I can do. But don't become the stalker. It's like, you know, it's like trying to date that girl or that guy. You're like calling them all the time. You think that's gonna work? They're gonna be like, well, if he's like this, I'm trying to date. It's not gonna be like on the other side. You feel me? I think it should be someone you trust, and someone you trust is going to tell you the truth. And if it's a worker or someone who doesn't know the business, if your promo can compel them to get emotion, then they're a good evaluator. Okay? If someone doesn't know the business and you got a promo and they go, that sounds like a wrestling promo, take them to heart. If they're telling you that sounds like a bad wrestling promo. But if that same person, you got a promo and they're like, damn, I felt that. You don't know nothing about wrestling, nope. But I felt that. That's the promo. That's the winner right there. Does that make sense? That's the winning promo. That's the one you want someone at another level to hear. You know what I mean? I am a firm believer of, yes, talk to the boys, but also talk to someone you believe and trust in. And someone who's going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. I don't need people to tell me what I want to hear. I need to hear the truth, and I don't get better unless I have the truth. Any more questions?
What shouldn't go on a wrestling resume? Is there like a certain
For me, it is how long you've been around, who trained you. You know, I don't need 300 lists of companies, so I don't know half those companies anyway. Who trained you, how long you've been working, approximately how many matches you've had. I don't need to know what seminars you've attended. That does nothing for me. That doesn't help you with doesn't help you on a resume if you attended Mikey Whipwreck's seminar. I love Mikey Whipwreck, that's why I picked on. Just give me the bullet points that I need, you think I would need to know. It's no different than trying to apply for a job. If you're going to work for UPS, they don't need to know you worked at 7-Eleven. Or they don't need to know you drove by 7-Eleven 10 times. You know what I'm saying? Don't give me redundant facts that I'm just going to go, why do I care that he likes pina coladas? You know what I mean? Give me quick bullet points. Concise. Remember, I'm reading 1,000 of these a day. Quick bullet points. Always attach it. Like I'm a big firm believer of 8x10 at the top of the email. Why? I open it up and I want to see a picture of who I'm looking at. Okay, now let me scroll to the email. If your 8x10 is at the bottom, I can tend to forget who it is and go, 8x10, top of the picture. Show me a picture of who you are. Picture, name, contact information. Now give me the rest of the stuff. Just no different than if it's a real file and I open it up and it's a picture right there. There it is. Next page. Contact. That's how I get a hold of them. Next page. Bio. It's easy to present when I take it to my bosses and go, hey, what about this kid? Then they do the exact same thing. Click. Ooh, he's got a look. Okay. Can we get a hold of him? There. See what I'm saying? Outthink the promoter. Secret picture at the top, contact info, give me the rest of your stuff. At the bottom, quick promo, nothing more than a minute, and a quick match, 6 to 8 minutes. I don't need to see both the ring entrances. Let me just get the action. I bell to bell. The ring entrance is not going to impress me. Like that's not what, I need that ring entrance on my show. I need that. What's going to impress me is bell to bell. That's all I need. Save me 5 minutes from watching you guys both walk the ring and go. Because I'm just gonna fast forward through it anyway. Feel me?
What would you say are the biggest few do's and don'ts of the locker room?
Do listen, do be quiet, do be friendly in the ring, in the locker room, be cool with everybody. Don't be an ass. Don't think you know more than everybody. If someone tells you something, don't go, yeah, I know. Don't be that cancer they want to get out of the locker room. Do be that person they want to keep there. You know what I'm saying? It's like society, man. Your locker room is a microcosm of the world we live in. Just like your family. When I travel with this group for 300 days a year, it's like 300 of us sleeping in the same bedroom. Nerves can fray, you get on each other's nerves, you can be mad at each other. So the guys who stay or the girls who stay are the ones who are easy to get along with. Make sense? That's some of the do's and don'ts. The rest of them, get out there and feel it. Don't be an asshole. Don't be cocky. Don't be arrogant. Don't be over the top. Don't be fooling yourself. Do believe in yourself. Do think you're good in the ring. When it comes to that, I'll tell you this. Walter Payton once said, I don't have to tell people I'm great because they're too busy telling me how good I am. I don't have to tell you how great I am. They're too busy telling me how great I am. That's what your judge is. And when you get people saying you're great, you file that away and you smile about it when you're home. When you're here, your business. Don't be that arrogant ass. You've all seen him in the locker room, haven't you? The guy thinks he's too cool for school, he's too good to be in the locker room with you. Remember this? Right now, right here. It doesn't matter where I've been, how much money I've made, how much TV time I have. Right here, right now, we are sitting in the exact same school, doing the exact same thing, talking to each other like we're just having fun. There's no difference between you and I other than a few years in my life. I'm not going to tell you how many years. And yes, do I believe, because it's unfair, do I believe I know more about what's going on in this ring than you do? Yes. But am I going, y'all don't know shit, nothing like I do? No. That's arrogant and assholes. What I'm going to do is what I've tried to do over the last 2 hours is impart some of the knowledge on you that I have and connect it to you in a way where you're not saying that's offensive or he's pissing me off, but oh, let me take that in. Let me take that in and file that away. That's how you handle yourself in the locker room. Being a professional, and this all ties together, being a professional is more than just getting paid. As Ron Simmons once told me, whores get paid. We're not. Being a professional is the way you act, dress, work, carry yourself, and how you interact with those who you have to live and bump with and trust with your life out here. That's being a pro. And oh, by the way, you get paid. Remember, you're trusting each other with your lives. You're trusting them, they're trusting you. That's a bond you have to grow. And if I can't trust you in the locker room, I'm not going to trust you out here. If I don't trust you out here, how good a match are we going to have? If I gotta protect myself every time, how good a match are we going to have? But if I trust you and believe in you, because you're a good dude, and I've seen you work, there's nothing I wouldn't do for you out here. How good is that match going to be? Hell, that's life. That's deep again. Let me not talk all night. I appreciate you guys and young ladies and young men sitting here listening to me. Thank you for letting me into your locker room. Once again, it's not my first time here. It won't be my last time here. Thank you for letting me in your locker room. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you all. I can see passion in your face and I'm talking. That's why I keep looking around, because our job is to make eye contact with everybody that's in the crowd. I can see you guys are intently listening and trying to learn and processing. I appreciate that. Now I'll tell you this, I envy each and every one of you because I've been where you are in the journey. And I know where you're going to go or have the potential of going, and I'm envious. And maybe not seem right because I've already done it. I'd like to do the ride again. You know, I'd like to experience it again. That's how much I love this. So I envy you guys. I'm going to, you know, time to time I'll look at how you guys proceed and process when the world comes back up. Trust me, I'll get reports. See that man down there? I'll get reports. When someone's ready, he'll tell me. But I appreciate you having me here. Thank you for listening to me talk. Some of my bad jokes, you know, butter on a roll. And, you know, when you guys are ready, you think you're ready, or when someone thinks you're ready, very easy. My email address. Now, you need to write this down. Something's wrong. No, you don't. If you have to write this down, then you didn't pass first grade. Ready? It's dbrown@impactwrestling.com. If you can't remember that, come on, my 4 No, it doesn't matter. My 4-year-old has emailed me at work. But again, thank you for having me here. I appreciate it. Thank you for listening. And go out there, have fun in this business, and enjoy life, okay? Thank you. Yeah, you ain't got to go home, just get the hell out of here and come to the party.
Hey, playa, this is the Josh Speaks, and you're watching Warriors of Wrestling, the best independent wrestling company across the entire country. So hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell so you can know whenever they post a new wrestling video. As always, love and peace.